Hello everyone, and welcome to Dusty in the Lower 48. Now, as you can tell from the last episode, I actually don't have a load on. Because SCS have updated the game once again, it's thrown everything out. So we're going to have to find another load, which we're going to do in a moment. The map rescale is becoming amazing. They're putting in little changes here and there, putting in new loads, etc., to keep it more how to put it, more updated, to keep everyone interested. And we're going to go and take a look and see if we can find some of these new loads, and we're going to go and try and take some. So let's have a look and see what we've got. Try and hold something a bit more interesting. Another thing that some of you that are already playing this will have noticed is the fact of that all of the roads now are no longer brown, gold, whatever colour you want to call it, because since they did the update, it's now in essence a completely brand new map. So you've still got all the cities that you've visited, but you've not got the roads anymore, so you can still fast travel to places. Right, now let's have a look and see what we've got to take. Try and take something that's not too You know what? We'll go to Elko. We'll go to Elko with a tipper trailer up. Up from the garage. They've done a fair bit of HDR fixing as well. How many? That's better. I thought it changed my gearbox then because it wouldn't go into high box. And I don't get why. But no, I think for the time being, for the duration, SCS are obviously going to be trying to sort little bits and pieces out. Within the map, still obviously updating it. They're going to be putting in obviously more new roads, I should say. Just, I think it's going to be a case of whether they're going to add any more cities as well. But this now is going to be an ongoing thing. At the moment I'm keeping my eyes open for obviously finding out when the next expansion's coming out. So now that they've just released the Vive la France DLC for ETS, but to be fair, ETS they're updating the map like they are, but to me, I know that this is going to sound really, really bad, but to me, ATS is the better game. They've got more experience with the American simulators because obviously they started with this. They started with America because all of the original games were all by 18 Wheels of Steel, hauling, etc. You can obviously guess from the time that they're all based in America. Oops, I hit the curb. Handy. But no, they've definitely done a load of lighting fixes. Right, well let's go and get this tipper. So that's another thing that they've done with some of the outbuildings, like the garages and whatnot. They've made it so that the doors are see-through, which makes it a bit more of a realistic game as well, so you can see a bit more. Right, onward to Elco. Let's do this. Now, in the city on this, you can tell more now that they've done a lot with the map. Because obviously a lot of the lighting now is completely different. You've got more of a like a halo with a flash on the lights. It just generally looks a lot better. Now, the one thing that I don't know is I don't know if this truck model has actually been updated at all. I will have to check that out at some point. Do a mod update review as such. Another thing that I've got to do is I've got to apologise. I know I'm not uploading videos as frequently. Work's hectic, and I'm trying to spend as much time as I can with the better half of me. You know what else? You know what, actually? I know what I am going to do, because you've all heard the Cummins engine, you've all heard the Caterpillar engine. The one thing that you've not heard is the Detroit engine. So what we're going to do, we're going to go and change the engine, and we're going to have a few episodes with the Detroit in it. And that's also because I've not actually heard the Detroit engine. Any of the people in the community will all know that I am a massive Caterpillar engine fan. To me, the Caterpillar engine is probably the best. Okay, I'm not going to be able to change it here because we haven't got a garage. The garage is actually back the other direction. But the first chance that I get, we will put a Detroit engine in this so we can hear what the sounds are like from the Detroit. If any of you don't know what a Detroit engine sounds like, a film that would be worth for you to watch that actually has a Detroit in it. Convoy. The Mac R-Series Mac that's in that, a lot of the time it had either a Cummins or a Detroit diesel, and you can tell the difference between the engines when you watch the film. It's also a very, very good film. I do recommend you watch it. It is a bit of an old film, but I really, really do recommend that you sit down and you watch Convoy. It is an epic film. Doesn't matter about red lights here for me. We're turning right. Just that'll be the best thing that you can do is you can turn right on a red light. As I keep on saying, this map expansion is intense. It just feels so much bigger. It takes a little bit longer to get down the city streets, etc. And to me, that's a massive deal, to be fair. It's not boring. anymore. You don't sit there waiting any longer and things like that. I'm going to get a ticket. Yep. I knew I was going to get that ticket I was asking for. Keep on saying, but really need to make it so that the AI is smart enough to know to pull into the outside lane as you're coming up that slip road. One other thing as well, which I think is a really, really good thing that SCS have done, is the reflective signs, etc. are so much better. You can actually see them on more of a distance now. There is one called by the DOT. Traffic on the freeway. I thought the whole idea of a freeway was to keep the traffic moving just like it is over here. Why couldn't he have... Look, it's just pulled out from behind me and it's coming down the side now. Why can't SCS sort something out where the car will keep moving, it will go into the outside lane as you pull out onto the freeway? It would just be so much better. Just keeps everything moving. You're not causing tailback or anything like that. To me, that seems more like a realistic way of doing it, because I'm pretty sure that, and I know that I've got American viewers and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that no one stops in the middle of the freeway to let a car onto it from a slip road or an on-ramp or an off-ramp or whatever you call it across there. Over here, everyone pulls into an outer lane to let you onto a motorway. I'm pretty sure that it'd be the same anywhere else in the world. I say one thing, the AI in this sometimes is really, they are idiotic fuckwits. And it's just, I just don't get why it's like that sometimes. The whole point of a simulator is for it to be as realistic as possible, and there's some aspects of this that fuck me off, and then there's others that don't. But I suppose I can let it slide because they've made the map so much better from ATS. They've just made it so much more better. The flares are so much better, the roads are so much better. It actually feels like you're driving from point A to point B and not sat there for about 5 minutes just going, oh look at me, I'm changing gears and moving a steering wheel around. It takes a little bit more skill now. You've got to concentrate because there's more cars on the road, and sometimes you can get really annoyed. You do get episodes of road rage. I have had episodes of road rage while playing this new map. On my private save, I've been sat there cursing and swearing that much at the AI that I've actually felt like I'm actually in my car. I also hope that everyone is looking forward to Christmas. It's only 2 weeks away. Christmas songs have started on the radio, which bar bloody humbug to Christmas songs because I can't drive to them. Unless it's Slade. I'll let off if it's Slade. Fair, I don't think anyone can really pass up an opportunity to drive to a bit of Slade, even at Christmas. I just like how 1 minute Bad Copper's just sat there and it feels like he's not moving at all, and then all of a sudden he gets a rocket up his arse and he's gone. It does seem, however, that the trailer, which in the previous videos had that problem with losing textures when it got so far away from you and becoming bright red, I believe I've got rid of that trailer now. I haven't actually seen it for a while. I've not seen it at all in this stream, which I'm quite happy about. Stay that way. Another thing, viewers, is I have now started doing my vlogs while I'm out in the van. They're not brilliant. The sound quality at the moment is not the greatest. I will be modifying the waterproof case that my GoPro style camera sits in, and hopefully from there we will be able to hear me a bit better, because I do admit it is annoying. See, that's how the AI wants to move, like I just did. I know that they did everything that they could to give the AI more of an aggressive driving style every now and again, but really SCS, you can't give them a bit of courtesy so that you're pulling onto a motorway and they move out of the way. That'd be brilliant. It's like you want to overtake someone and you indicate to move into the outside lane, they don't hang back, they still keep on trying to come up the side of you when you pull out. And SCS said ages ago in ETS that they'd sorted out the issue, and they made it so the AI responds to your indicators more. But so far I haven't actually noticed that. Another thing that I'd have thought that they would have done by now is put in more truck stops. Give us somewhere to pull over. Would be nice sometimes. Oh, that AI driver let me pull out. Just to give you a general idea of the time difference as well while I'm thinking about it, Reno to Elko used to take about 10 minutes to do a load, and now with the map rescale it takes about 20 minutes to do a load. In essence they've doubled the driving time, which to me is a lot better. As I keep saying, it actually feels like you are driving, because here we go, we're coming up on it now. We've nearly hit the 30-minute mark in the video, because it took me about five minutes on the intro, 5 minutes to get the load, and now it's taken us about 20 minutes to do this job. Oh. are definitely a lot more severe now as well on the off ramps. I didn't think that they were actually that harsh. And welcome to Elko, everybody. Oh, diner. Food! That actually looks pretty damn sweet. That's a whole new prefab. That really is. That is awesome. I think about the only thing that I don't get. Oh no, we're not going into the petrol station. Going into a construction zone. Awesome. Should be an easy enough drop off. This might take me a couple of shunts, everybody. You know what? As soon as it's given us the option, we've made it. And we shall find out how much damage we got on the load, which I actually think was nothing, which means completed Dusty Damage Challenge. No damage on the load whatsoever, at all. And that's it, everybody. Thank you for joining me on a run from Reno to Elko. You have now seen a full load go from point A to point B, no muck-ups, and you've also seen in the dark the map rescale and just how different it is to what it used to be. Now just remember, everybody, if you want to see more content, please remember, hit that like button. If you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and I will catch you all later.